LeVar, it's good to have you back with us. I'm going to let bygones be
Y'all some
bygones.
cold-blooded haters, man. Boy, I tell you.
Hate.
The people behind the scenes, the people on stage, y'all just some cold-blooded
Haters ball.
Marcellus, let's get to it, man. Is this a good deal for Deshaun Watson?
It was a good deal for Deshaun, but it wasn't a great deal. And I expected greatness out of Deshaun and out of our boy, David Mulugeta. Did I say that right?
You said it right. You said it right.
Look at me over here saying, you got $156 million added to your contract, and that ain't good enough. But damn it, I'm going to say it is good enough. It ain't great enough. Oh, I love math. I told you guys I was a mathematician called by 2 or 3 teachers. I don't remember their names. Hey. But they said Marcellus took a keen interest to math, and I told you why. Because math has no feelings and it tells no lies. Forget all that English stuff. Y'all got rhetoric, conjecture, move. I like the simple math, so let's just call it and say it like it is. This was a 4-year extension at $156 million, $39 per year. That sounds amazing until you really look at it from present day to future value, and you start to realize, oh, it's a real 6-year, $175.9 million deal. What does that add up to, Acho? I hate to say it. $29.3 million per year. That's under the Mendoza line for starting quarterbacks of this level. To me, you got to at least get 30. You're not making 30 per going forward for the next 6 years. Patrick Mahomes signed a similar deal, and I think this deal is kind of in the Patrick Mahomes-y world of 10 years, $450 million. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, that's $45 million per year. Give it to him. Until you really do your homework and you say, oh, it's actually 12 at 477.6, 39.8. Wait a minute, what is going on? Let me tell you what's going on. The pandemic effect is going on. These teams are making these deals team-friendly in part by telling these players, it seems like, we don't know what's going to happen after the new CBA. We don't know what the cap's going to look like, so you better get your money now. It's kind of hard for me to see an organization that has billions in the bank talking about, oh, we are going to come up on hard times. Kind of how the Lakers were out there, you know, getting those PPP small business loans, despite the fact that they're the damn Los Angeles Lakers. This is something that is making me scratch my head in terms of why are these players not signing for the anticipated amount? Not good deals, but great deals. But I'd love to hear you guys try to spell this out.
Marcellus, this is, in fact, a great deal. Deshaun Watson's deal was a great deal, and I'm going to tell y'all something that y'all should steal and use. Figures don't lie, but liars figure. And Marcellus, sir, you, my friend, are lying about
figure and liar.
Think about this.
That sounds like something.
Think about this for a second. Everybody says, well, Deshaun Watson, you have to divvy up his contract by all 6 years. That don't make no sense. His rookie deal was already slotted. Furthermore, Deshaun Watson, when you really think about what he's accomplished, dude has accomplished a lot, absolutely, but he hasn't won an MVP. Dude doesn't have an MVP vote, and yet he still reset the quarterback market by $4 million when you're looking at 4 years contracts. I'm not addressing Patrick Mahomes' 10-year outlier contract because those numbers get funny and those numbers get finicky. But let's talk about Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's 4-year average, $35 million. That was more than Jared Goff. That was more than Carson Wentz. Russell Wilson had set the standard. Russell Wilson also been to 2 Super Bowls, one of which he won. Deshaun Watson plays for 3 seasons, tears his ACL in one of those seasons, yet still hits for $111 million guaranteed. I know what a lot of people will say, because Marcellus, you say it a lot. Well, Dak Prescott, he's going to go out-earn Deshaun Watson.
He is.
Sure, but let's think about this for a second. Dak Prescott's first 4 years in the NFL, he would have made $2.7 million. Deshaun Watson's first 4 years in the NFL, he will have made $40 million. So if we're going to project and look at the future, let's also look about the past. Because what you're saying would be as ludicrous as adding in somebody's college years and saying, well, if you factor in the last 10 years and we divvy up by when they were in college, when they weren't allowed to make money, that would also reduce the current value of their money. So you can't factor in what Deshaun Watson's rookie deal was supposed to be to undermine how much money Deshaun Watson has made or how great a deal Deshaun Watson did, in fact, get.
Oh, I'm about to come attack that. Go get him, LeVar.
I thought it was an excellent deal. And here's why. I look at athletes that are aspiring to be pro athletes as their own corporate entities, their companies, their corporations. If you are fortunate enough to do business well enough, you go public. That's you getting drafted. You get your stocks bought, and they get bought at a certain price. Now it's slotted because you're a rookie contract slotted company that went public. Well, he's coming out of that, and now he's going into Series A, second round of fundraising, right? Deshaun Watson has come up. There is no reason to sit there and say, oh, well, he needed to get a better deal, or he needed to wait a little while longer to get a better deal. Why? He's a corporation. Sell some of them stocks off. You know what? Our ultimate goal, whether it is the greatest contract or it is just a really good contract, is to establish economic freedom. All right. So he has done that with this deal. And we can split hairs on how much this, could have costed him, or how much he could have gotten, or how it compares to other quarterbacks that are out there on the market. But this is considered on the market the top 2 contract for a quarterback at his position. That's fact stated. So from here on out, he's playing with house money. As he goes forward, it's a 4-year deal. Maybe year 3, he redoes it and gives up a little bit more stock and collects a little bit more cash on it. But I don't think that it should be judged as a bad deal at all. I think it's extraordinary that he's coming to a situation where he's being respected for what he's brought to the table and what they believe he can do.
Thank God my microphone is on my suit jacket and not in my head, because I am cursing y'all both out in this situation. If you ever say getting drafted in the NFL is like going public, you obviously do not know what the stock market and the IPO is about. You're not slotted when you go public.
No, you're not.
You're slotted when you're drafted.
In this case, you are.
You're slotted. You're slotted when you're drafted. Let's not even go there. They're apples and oranges. Leave that alone. All right. I'm saying right now, today, we both can get paid. So let's stay in your example of economics and in terms of investment.
And I got a C in micro-econ. Okay, chill. Chill.
I even take econ, so I know I'm about to mess it up. But here's the real. There's a stop loss in terms of what you can do in any investment, any stock. You can say, look, it can't hit this number. Hit that number, stop. Get me out, right? In this situation, we know what this looks like in terms of where is Deshaun Watson going to be bracketed. At least you should be thinking this if you're representing them. Patrick Mahomes is like, all right, that's the ceiling.
Out of there.
And we ain't going to touch it. It's just real. You got those ceilings that you look at, but you can't touch. But then there needs to be a floor that, I don't need to be lying completely flat on this floor. And that is Dak Prescott being real, because he's the next man up that is comparable. So in that situation, if I'm representing Deshaun, I'm sitting there trying to say why Deshaun is more valuable. Even if our numbers are comparable, he's just more of a value. You took away his greatest weapon this offseason on top of everything else. I would think that he would get that bump, because what Dak is anticipating and his own pace to do is to leapfrog Deshaun without much effort. And that's why I say it's a good deal, because like you said, LeVar, he got paid. He got $110 million. If he gets a hangnail, he's still getting that. I love all of this, and please don't take this as slights. I love all parties involved. However, if it were Marcellus Wiley, or better yet, my son, I'm sitting there like, man, Kirk Cousins rolled the dice and got more than every single quarterback in the league the last 4 years. And then Dak is going to go out there and be the same, if not lesser than you, and going to pass you up as well. I just can't go to sleep at night thinking that.
Here's the difference.
It's a hypothetical.
Yeah, you're right. We got to factor all things into this conversation. Sure, bet on you. But remember, if your rookie year, you tear your ACL. And then your 3rd year, you can re-up. And instead of making $10 million, which Deshaun was supposed to make this year, either 8 or 10, you now make 30?
He doesn't make that, no.
What did this year? This year he's about to make 30. And then next year drops off.
No. It's with the bonus of 7, and then you add it up, it's going to be 10 and 15 the next 2 years. You got a 6-year, $175 million deal.
Here's what we know.
That's not it.
Here's what we know.
29 points.
By 2025, and when you're talking new money, Deshaun will have made more than Mahomes and now has the opportunity to re-up again. You're the one who says Mahomes' deal isn't great. I agree with you. What year did you say?
Yes,
by 2025. By 2025,
he's going to be a free agent in 2026.
Yes. And then Deshaun will have the opportunity to re-up. So now, not only can you hit, you can re-up again and hit, whereas Mahomes is still going to be sitting there trying to renegotiate his own contract. So the only argument you have, ladies and gentlemen, the only argument Marcellus has to say that this was not a good deal is, A, that Deshaun Watson is tied to Bill O'Brien for several more years. That really is your strongest argument. Or B, if you want to say Deshaun should have played it out, taken the risk, become a free agent, which Dak Prescott is. That is the big elephant in the room that we and Marcellus is ignoring right now, is the fact that Dak played 4 years and stayed healthy. Deshaun Watson said, you know what? I'm not going to take that risk. I'm going to go ahead and cash in and then go cash in again.
All I'm saying is this is what can happen and probably will happen. And this is saying Dak is going to get 35 a year. Oh, my God. They're going to be free agents, let's say in 2026, the same class, because that's where Deshaun is going to be a free agent next, 2026. He would have made $175.9 million. If Dak just makes 35, which is already offered, that's what James Slater said, 210? Dak Prescott is going to get 210 and be at the free agent market the same time as Deshaun Watson.
Hypothetical.
And look, okay, I'm going to end it with this.
Fantasy land, y'all.
I had a teammate that was better than me, Pat Williams, and he took the earlier deal and got 3 years.